group elections, starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
A very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. Welcome to News Tonight. Let's start with a look at the top stories. Uganda strengthens ties with Russia. Electoral Commission cautions police against overstepping their mandate. Uganda signs EU-backed deal with Slovenia to boost, while Uganda lobbies for trade and investment in Japan. Uganda. Good evening once again. Welcome to News Tonight. It's me, Micheal Lukomwa, with Elizabeth Nakakoni this Wednesday, the 18th of June, 2025. In a first story, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has today delivered a lecture on economic and strategic transformation to a delegation of officers from Zimbabwe's National Defense University, emphasizing Africa's need for unity, industrialization, and self-sufficiency. Speaking at State Lodge, Nakasero, President Museveni addressed 22 officers from Zimbabwe, underscoring the historical friendship between Uganda and Zimbabwe dating back to the liberation struggles where Robert Mugabe, the late, stood with Uganda's National Resistance Army. We have details to this.
On that note, it is my fervent hope that the good relationship that exists between your great country and Zimbabwe will continue to grow from strength to strength. May the Lord bless Uganda and Zimbabwe. I thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you. As the commander said, the relationship between Uganda and Zimbabwe is fraternal, brotherly, but also historical, because when we were fighting, we were together with your elders, Robert Mugabe, Nathan Shamuyarira. Nathan Shamuyarira was our teacher in the University of Dar es Salaam. So that's why we are saying that recognizing the undugu, the brotherhood of these people, and using it to achieve the other two, economic integration and political integration where possible, is really a duty for the African people. So these are the three, we summarize them as three historical missions: prosperity, strategic security, and brotherhood. And the four ideological principles: patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. This is the summary of the national resistance movement, our position. They are coming now because I said, let it stay in the ground until we get people to do it properly.
Your Excellency, I seek your comment on the issue of economic integration, where nations and regions continue to recognize that our resources are being sent out of the country cheaply. Is there any mechanism to make sure that these resources are protected in terms of strategies, Your Excellency?
One problem was that we stopped dialoguing among ourselves. because when we were fighting, we used to exchange views. But after power, people, each one went their way. But if we were sharing, you could really coordinate, even before integration. We could even coordinate.
President Museveni with the delegation from Zimbabwe. Vice President Major Retired Jessica Alupo has reaffirmed Uganda's strong ties with Russia during a high-level meeting with Valentina Matvienko, the chairperson of the Federation Council in Moscow. Alupo praised Matvienko's remarkable leadership, calling her an inspiration to women worldwide. She described Uganda-Russia relations as warm and mutually beneficial, noting that her visit opens a new chapter of cooperation. Alupo revealed that Uganda is preparing to host the third session of the Intergovernmental Commission and proposed new areas of collaboration. She also invited Matvienko for a reciprocal visit, praising Russia's hospitality and calling the visit deeply memorable.
Faceted relations between our countries are time-tested and friendly. Our countries maintain a productive political dialogue at the highest level. Our leaders have established cordial and confidential relations, and we thank President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, for his personal participation in first and second Russia-Africa summits. We know that you have brought a message from His Excellency Museveni to President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and I'm ready to accept your message and to convey it to the Russian President.
I congratulate you on your spectacular performance as current chair of the Federation Council, and also for the splendid work you have done in your previous high positions of responsibility. Your landmark achievements in your stellar career, especially as first woman mayor of St. Petersburg, as well as a successful diplomat, are a testimony of your competence. You are indeed an inspiration, especially to other women leaders, and an example that women can be great performers given the opportunity to lead. I wish to inform you that when I share experiences about you with women leaders in Uganda, they all express admiration and great respect for Your Excellency, and indeed your country for embracing women in leadership. In order to further strengthen our personal friendship and bonds between our two countries, I would like to extend to you an invitation to pay a visit to Uganda at the time of your convenience. I have had the opportunity to visit many places of interest since my arrival here in Moscow, and each place is an exciting opportunity to learn more about Russia. I am proud to say that this visit has been very meaningful to me, and I will hold a lot of fond memories about this great country.
Vice President Jessica Alupo in Moscow. Security agencies taking over any activity at polling station is overstepping their mandate and is illegal. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon Byabakama, said that the police's mandate is to only maintain security, and they are talking to them to ensure that they stay in their lane come 2026 general elections. While addressing the media at the Electoral Commission headquarters in Kampala, Justice Byabakama also warned political parties against forming any parallel groups like the Youth Brigade militias during elections for youth village committees that will take place on Thursday.
The Electoral Commission has held a meeting to engage the media and the country on various elements on the 2025-26 election roadmap, also give updates on the Special Interest Group Committee elections it is conducting. The chairperson, Electoral Commission Simon Byabakama, said reports from the elections of older persons and persons with disability indicate they were peaceful. The Village Youth Committee elections are to take place on 19th June, and the Electoral Commission reveals to have received information that the youth are to form vigilant groups, Youth Brigade, to provide security to voters.
Political parties and organizations, as well as independent candidates, are urged to desist from forming any parallel groups such as youth brigades and militias, as this is against the electoral laws and is outside the constitutional means of achieving peaceful and credible elections.
Byabakama, on the presence of the military during elections, said Uganda Police has the liberty to require other agencies in the state to give them a hand. However, what is not allowed is a security agency to take over an election action activity, because that is overstepping their mandate, and the Electoral Commission is engaging these agencies.
What is not allowed, however, and let me emphasize this, is any member of those security services or forces to overstep their mandate and appear to interfere or purport to take over whatever activities are taking place at a polling station.
Electoral Commission has given guidance on aspiring candidates on the timelines of resignation as public servants, and this mostly applies to those to stand in the position of President, Member of Parliament and District Chairpersons or Mayor. He says on establishment of academic documents, those who acquired a degree or an advanced certificate from abroad must first present them to National Council of Higher Education in consultation with UNEB to verify its equivalent with Uganda's qualifications. I'm Nafka Farida, reporting in Kampala.
President Yoweri Museveni has tasked residents of Greater Mpigi district to take his wealth creation program seriously if they really want to eradicate poverty. Thousands of NRM supporters in the region gathered as Museveni emphasized that those who have embraced his wealth creation message, particularly those using the parish development model, funds effectively, have seen significant improvement in their lives.
Thousands of NRM supporters from Greater Mpigi district gathered at Chitutu sub-county in Mpigi district to welcome President Museveni as he addressed the residents on Paris development model. Museveni started his speech by first explaining his achievements in Greater Mpigi, like increased number of schools over the years, tarmacking of Kampala-Masaka Road, free education, electricity, and prevailing peace across the country.
Dietulina okulinyweza katuboba ku ddembe ekigambo ekirala kye tusakwesira ye nkulaakulana. Enkulaakulana bye bintu ebikwata ku ffenna. Enguudo, amasanyalaze, amazzi, esimu, amasomero, amalwaliro. ebyo byonna NRM yatandikirawo okubikola.
Museveni pledged to construct a new hospital in Mpigi after the leaders in the area demanded for it.
Amasiga ge twateekawo Health Center 3 eddwaliro ery'eggombolola kubanga eddwaliro eryo lukola ku nsonga nyingi okugema n'okusinga ddala okugema n'okuzaaza abakyala kati mugambye nti waliwo ekizibu awo okwongeramu amaanyi mu ddwaliro lyamu wano tugenda kukyanjula mu Ministry of Health tulabe nti bakitereeza.
Later, the president turned to what brought him in the area, the wealth creation gospel. After playing a series of videos of success stories of the PDM beneficiaries across the country to the crowds, Museveni tasked them to do the same and take wealth creation messages seriously.
If you are clear about this and everybody works towards them,
kati ffenna bwe tutegeera ensonga ezo ttaano bulungi era buli muntu n'aziteekako essira.
And then the NRM has put money for all those.
Kati ate NRM eteeseewo gavumenti eteeseewo ssente ku nsonga ezo zonna.
So please, of course you may not get all of you at a go.
Museveni advised the residents of Greater Mpigi against voting for money, but instead vote for ideas and for those who lobby from government.
Vote for somebody who has given you 10,000 shillings.
Mwe ne mulonda omuntu akuwaddeyo omutwalo 50,000 woote.
You will be overthrowing your power.
Kati ojja kubanga mweggyako obuyinza bwammwe.
Of electing a nampala.
Okuba nti mulonda.
N'olwekyo temufaayo mulonde NRM kubanga ate mu kulonda temulonda ababawa ssente z'okugulirira.
Tomorrow, on Thursday, the president will shift his PDM tours to Greater Mukono, starting from Buvuma Island. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Mpigi.
The Public Accounts Committee of Parliament has grilled the Ministry of Public Service over irregularities discovered in the management of the payroll and overall wage performance. Park Central Committee, chaired by Mwanga Chivumbi, discovered that 1,166 employees remained on active payroll in financial year 2023-24, yet some reported by the Auditor General report to have died, absconded, or retired from duty. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Public Service, Catherine Musingwire, was in place to respond, citing some investigations by the CID.
The Auditor General's report for the financial year 2023-2024 indicated that the Ministry of Public Service carried out a validation exercise of 45,572 employees who had a 131 billion per month, and this was carried out between 11th March 2024 and 28th June 2024.
You were expected to establish the exact wage bill of government. Have you done so, madam?
Out of 5,532 employees who had been deleted following the authorization of the Auditor General, 1,752 met validation requirements and were reinstated on government payroll.
Employees did not show up for validation exercise and have not been accounted for.
There was a specific window given, but those, for example, who are abroad studying, once they come, because we're also given those details, once they come, we would be able to validate them and get.
The committee also discovered how the Ministry of Public Service left 1,166 employees on active payroll.
Who are these accounting officers?
Names are available, and
CID has been engaging with them?
No, forget about CID now. It said they'll come up. We need that list. And are they in active service?
They are, sir.
The entity was also grilled over utilization of warrants. Out of 31.74 billion shillings, 29.9 billion shillings had been utilized, leaving a balance of 1.84 billion according to the Auditor General. This raised concerns as members questioned the slow implementation of activities, including delayed recruitment, despite availability of funds.
Small, fresh graduates are boarding planes to go and work in Arab world, wherever. These are our sisters and brothers. Yet, some opportunities are here. They're not being received. This country, just be a people's representative for once.
Place with appointing authority.
The committee chaired by Butambala County MP, Muwanga Chivumbi, further extended more engagements with the Ministry of Public Service on additional queries. Lydia Chomkama and Gloria Gwitabinji, Parliament.
Uganda is reaching out to global investors at the World Expo in Osaka, Japan, promoting opportunities in growing export industries and a clear strategy for economic growth. The goal is to attract new investment and strengthen trade ties with Japan, one of the world's leading economies.
Osaka stands tall with shining skyscrapers and a clean skyline, a sign of Japan's strong economy, built over many years of innovation and hard work. At this busy port, ships come and go, proof of a country deeply connected to a global trade and business. This is the market Uganda is trying to tap into. Since the expo began, crowds of visitors, including many potential investors, have explored Umeshima Island, eager to discover new opportunities. Countries from all over the world have come to showcase what they offer, ranging from technology, clean energy, tourism, and culture. Uganda is here to tell its own story.
The major challenges cited for Japanese and Ugandans participating in each other's market is the lack of knowledge and language barrier.
The trade balance is in favor of Japan now, and so it is one of the reasons we are participating, because one of the reasons probably we don't have much trade volumes with them is they may be lacking information. And so when we come here, we are also giving them information about what we have that they may not have been knowing about.
Mbadi says that Uganda is ready to grow. After all, systems are now in place and still developing.
You have the tax holiday, then you have some tax exemptions in certain areas of investment, but also the process, shortening the process of investment, of accessing investment information and to the point of investing by establishing the one-stop center.
Uganda wants to grow its economy by increasing exports and reducing its need to import goods. One key part of this plan is investing in special economic zones.
The best way to produce at low cost, the best way to access the global value and supply chains is by investing in special economic zones.
One of the things is to try to work on the quality of our products. These people mind about quality, more especially the foods. They don't allow dirty and unclean foods.
Ugandans are implored to take advantage of the current trade ecosystem, partnering with government to realize the $500 billion GDP by 2040, seeing that it is currently slightly upwards of $50 billion. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News, in Osaka, Japan.
Uganda has signed a strategic memorandum of understanding with Slovenia's Geological Survey, backed by the European Union, to boost mineral exploration and investment. The MOU and the Pan-AfGeo Plus will improve data, reduce mining risks, and attract investors to Uganda's key minerals.
The memorandum supports Uganda's National Development Plan 5, prioritizing minerals, agriculture, tourism, oil, gas, science and innovation.
As the ministry and therefore the government, we have done extensive geological surveys. We have covered airborne geophysical surveys for the entire country, including Karamoja as the most recent. And now we want to narrow down to specific minerals and quantify and know what amounts we have of the different minerals. So in this endeavor, we have partnered with the Geological Survey of Slovenia, which is a highly recognized and reputable department of the government of Slovenia. They are bringing on board, under this memorandum of understanding, their expertise.
Dr. Milos Bavek praised the project's collaboration involving geological teams from Uganda, Slovenia, Czechia, Poland, Portugal and Finland.
Ugandan side understands the importance and embraces the importance of the project. As through the partnership, through capacity building and through common efforts, the assets to the country of Uganda will be great. Obviously, the data that will be put together, the knowledge that will be gained, it will all stay here in Uganda.
The initiative will unfold in phases: planning, data collection, capacity building, and promoting Uganda's mineral prospects to investors.
Even if there are 3 or 4 targets only, we look at them and concentrate on them instead of looking at everything. We get a focused area and come up with good results. But generally, we shall first have a scan for the whole country and then come up with those with target areas.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, for the last 3 days since Monday, hundreds have lined up along major roads in greater PG region to receive Wevat and cheer at President Yoweri Museveni as he visited the area to promote key government wealth creation projects. This turn of events has been welcomed by the NRM party, with many referring to it as a political resurgence.
On Monday, 16th June 2025, President Museveni began a 3-day wealth creation tour in Greater Mpigi region. In a rare show of enthusiasm, President Museveni received a warm and spirited reception throughout the 3 days.
But what we have witnessed are the massive crowds along the road, and he has been stopping by the road, being stopped by the people themselves, indicating that they appreciate what he is doing.
Along major roads, particularly in the districts of Gomba, Butambala and Mpigi, hundreds gathered in towns and by roadsides to cheer the head of state.
It has been a revelation for us that people are embracing the programs that are being done, but particularly are happy about the parish development model.
This reception challenges the 5-year narrative that suggested warning support for the NRM party in Greater Mpigi.
We had a lot of issues. What actually made us not do very well in Central Region? One was about the Service-Dairy Valley. People had a lot of issues on Service-Dairy Valley, but I'm very happy when you check on the feeder roads, when you check on the performance of PDM, there is a great improvement for the last 5 years.
Former Minister Amelia Chambade is among the notable NRM figures who lost in the 2021 general elections.
I know all of us were wounded during the last elections, and we had actually shied away from the population and from the public. But now he has inspired us and strengthened us back. And now I'm feeling stronger in spirit, in patriotism also, and also confidence. And I'm sure that we are going to win. Yes, I'm coming back.
It has been observed that malice and propaganda contributed to the NRM's challenges in Uganda during the last elections.
Uganda, President Museveni has been preaching unity. Other people have been preaching disunity. President Museveni has been preaching unity among religious leaders. Others are preaching division among religious leaders.
The opposition had done a lot of malice. They were using a lot of lies. First of all, they created an invisible difference, invisible enemy between the national resistance movement and our kingdom of Uganda. There was an impression that was created that the NRM government is against the king, is against the kingdom, and therefore they should vote us out. There was also a lot of malice between the NRM government and the Catholic Church. Of course, some people used even the priests. Some priests would even preach openly against the national resistance movement.
With the current show of support, there is renewed optimism for the NRM party.
He has, during this tour, he has managed to visit the PDM programs. We have had presentations from different ministries and health, education, emyoga, PDM, finance, land, and it has actually enlightened people.
The NRM party is actively working to regain the lost political ground, particularly in the Uganda sub-region.
Change, first of all, the other one was a wave. But, and what our people have realized is that the people they voted for were unable to bring services to the people.
However, many continue to stress the importance of strengthening grassroots mobilization.
And I know this time round, Greater Mpigi is NRM is going to win with 90% because of what the government has done, because of what President Museveni has done. And I know opposition now in Greater Mpigi is crying.
President Museveni has now concluded his 3-day wealth creation visit to Greater Mpigi. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Low absorption capacity of allocated funds to local governments and termed appetite for supplementary budgets and local governments' failure to collect enough funds are still bottlenecks, dismally affecting Uganda's budget efficiency. The strong reminder has come during the CSO post-budget dialogue for the financial year 2025-26, organized by Civil Society Budget Advocacy Group, held at Micheal in Kampala.
3%.
According to Civil Society Budget Advocacy Group and budget experts, the low absorption capacity of allocated funds every financial year by some local governments is a disservice to hopeful citizens who helplessly continue to see money returned to government's treasury.
We are still unable to spend all the money that we have budgeted for.
The Auditor's General Report of Financial Year 2023-2024 revealed a whopping 1.492 trillion was returned. They also point to a limited time for scrutinizing the ever-coming supplementary budgets.
So our limited capacity to absorb resources is one of the key issues that is affecting the way we are delivering the budget.
A total of shillings 6,548 billion in supplementary has been registered in 2024-2025, up from 3,249 billion in financial year 2019-2020, pointing to a progressive increase year in, year out.
Over the last few years, supplementary expenditure has increased, but you can't have in a supplementary budget salaries and pensions for people. Just doesn't make sense. You can't have in a supplementary budget that you want to organize a conference. It just doesn't make sense at all.
Financial year 2025-2026 budget stands at 72.3 trillion Uganda shillings. Uganda Revenue Authority is tipped to collect about 34 trillion Uganda shillings, yet local governments that would assist are collecting 328.7 billion only, calling for the need to up their game.
On local government, for example, they cannot keep collecting 328 billion. Now how? There are many, you see, if they don't improve on their effort, I don't know how we can help them, but it should have been done earlier. It should have been a precondition, actually. Now, even for cities.
Wasteful expenditure, alias not poverty-friendly budget allocations, are also a big concern since they have no direct benefit to the poor. Crispus Arinitoy, UBC News.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
I got to learn about the Powerball through the website www.nationallottery.go.ug. Played Powerball tickets worth 5,000, used an option of Quick Pick, and that's how I was able to be the lucky one to win 35 million. I checked my tickets online and I found out that I had winning numbers. The feeling was incredible and full of excitement. I would advise everyone who is 18 and above that whatever you're seeing here exemplifies reality. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Uganda National Lottery for bringing us this opportunity to win millions.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win. Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
The second National Symposium on Land Governance in Uganda is here, happening this 27th of June 2025 at the Parliamentary Conference Hall. This year's theme, Securing Women's Agricultural Land Ownership, a Political and Development Imperative. The chief guest will be the Right Honorable Robina Nabanja, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda. The symposium is organized by the Uganda Parliamentarians Land Management Forum in collaboration with the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, with support from IGAD and development partners. Please note, participation is strictly by invitation. Together, let's advance women's land rights for a more inclusive and sustainable Uganda.
We thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Residents of Kiruhura district who gathered in Rushere Playground have thanked government for the better services delivered despite a few challenges in the implementation of some of the services. However, they requested to make improvements. They requested for improvements in the health, education, and water supply to the community. They also made an appeal at a mass rally addressed by Ruth Rujoki Mushabe, an aspirant for Kiruhura district woman representative in the 12th Parliament, I beg your pardon.
At Kaguta Road Junction off the Masakambara Highway Ardent, supporters of Ruth Rujoki-Mushabe, the woman aspirant for Kiruhura district, converged to welcome a much-anticipated contest for the NRM flag bearership district woman MPship for Kiruhura district in the 2026 polls. Shortly after the NRM Electoral Commission chairman Dr. Tango Doi duly certified her for the race. In every trading center on Kaguta Road to Rishere Town, boda cyclists were chanting the name of Ruth Rujoki-Mushabe, who they portrayed as a means that they now want to confine their hopes in for better service delivery in the district. Speaking to thousands of her supporters at Rishere Playground, Ruth Rujoki-Mushabe thanked the NRM Electoral Commission boss Dr. Tang Odoi for duly nominating her to the stand as an aspirant for Kiruhura District Woman MP seat in the NRM primaries. Ruth Rujoki pledged for emphasis on household income, education, empowering women and youth, and water supply, among others, explicitly elaborated in her manifesto.
tukaronda amakorera gakubasa kwija ndakubagambira ngo eti ya president imwahurire 4 modo PDM emyoga reka tubyongerira bamanye ngo district yakurugamu ekavurira kandi yamukora.
She told the residents of Kiruhura district to remain focused on the fight against poverty.
Nyenda gogo murimo kutwatandika hati tukugumize kumwe.
Despite her commitment on the fight against poverty, residents here are troubled with rampant power shutdown and unreliable water supply.
Nyendangu honorable Rusi nkugambere ngo abahagizi bawe ukubabe barwo mu kutandika na hati nkwe bari kandi nkwe baragume tubina plan yo kucenderaho
ntubasaba ngo mugumene muhagera mutyo okusya obuteratera karuru kandi ngenda kubashabeki akaruru ko businge tubakubasa kuchabera aha tukagera akaruru kabi.
The NRM Electoral Commission has nominated several senior members of the party, including ministers for parliamentary and district council seats. The nominees include Minister Musa Icheru, Pasis Namuganza, Chofato Gabie Kabuye, and Matia Kasaija, among others.
To contest for various parliamentary seats on NRM flag. The nominated ministers, accompanied by their supporters, vote to complete the projects they had started and address community problems.
So our coming here is to get those tools and instruments of execution so that we can go and execute our campaigns properly.
Support in the construction of seed secondary schools. Amuria now has moved in that direction very well. I think we have almost about 99% coverage.
Minister Chofato Gabie Kabuye and Pasis Namuganza cautioned party members against engaging in violence and urged them to support whoever emerges as the party's candidate.
But mainly we preach the message of peace and security because that is the cardinal principle and it's the base and the foundation for all of us.
Assure them that this time I've been nominated and I'm going to contest for Kalungu East.
Each aspirant expressed confidence in their ability to win the party card.
I want to assure my supporters that this has been the practice. I have to defeat the 5 overwhelmingly so that I come and oppose it.
I've been in leadership right from childhood to university, Micheal University, where I was a Jail Minister of Mukasa Fred Mbide's government. I've been tested.
I have been nominated successfully to contest for that same position during the NRM primary, so that I can get I can retain the NRM flag that I have now.
On the first day, I am willing to come for the race, so be ready to vote for me. I want to make Dakabela a better place. I want to change Dakabela.
Today, only a few party members were disqualified from the nomination process, suggesting that most aspirants who submitted their papers met the required criteria.
A number of things, so many sectors like water, churches, mosques, schools, so many things that we are yet to work on.
We have a constituency that over the last 10 years has been going downhill. Our education system is completely in shambles. Our economic situation is very dire.
The Electoral Commission, NRM, that has perused through all my documents and nominated me now a full candidate for Yaga East constituency.
Nga mpisemo bulungi ngente kateka batumazo zikola ndabanga lwengo nyino kutandikira ku mazzi nyino kutandikira ku masanyalaze.
To be nominated, each nominee is required to bring 2 supporters, educational papers, and the supporter's identity card.
Had any problem, apart from petty theft, which was handled by the security yesterday, we've not had any major negative incident.
Crispus Arinitwe, Joseph Muyingo, UBS News.
The Secretary General of the NRM, Richard Todong, has assured party members and the country at large of a fair and peaceful primary election. Todong says that so far over 2,000 members have shown interest in the party primaries for MPs and Chairman LC5, with hundreds duly nominated. He was speaking to the media at the party headquarters in Chadondo.
Nominations for the National Resistance Movement NRM continue. The party Secretary General Richard Todong has assured members and aspirants of a fair, safe and free election.
Above all, from yesterday that it started, it's very peaceful. We are overwhelmed with the number of people bringing back forms.
He emphasized calmness amongst aspirants as they head to the primaries.
We know they are coming together with their rivals. We have informed security. We don't want to have people exchanging words or blows in this area. So it has been very peaceful.
Duly nominated aspirants highlighted their plans to address a number of issues in their areas if elected.
The work ahead is huge, but I would like to say to my people in Maugora North, be absolutely confident.
I've been nominated, fairly nominated by the NRM Electoral Commission, and I'm ready to go and serve.
Therefore, I ask people of Rukunjiri to entrust me and give me authority.
Through unopposed, as it was last time.
To affirm to the people of Kitagwenda district that I have been duly nominated.
I've been the incumbent and I want to come back because we have just created a city.
Ministers and incumbent MPs who have been duly nominated seek re-election to complete their initiatives, citing concerns such as poor roads, hospitals and education.
Testing for the same seat, just to put things right that went wrong.
Expect from us as MPs, it is just basically service delivery.
Major concern is about fighting poverty. I have seen the president putting on gumboots, going on the fields of the people, but many MPs don't do the same.
I want to tell my people that leadership of a woman is the best you can ever trust and rely on.
I believe that in the next term of office, we will be able to complete our extension of our water coverage.
I have been pushing NRM manifesto, and I'm extremely looking forward to keep on pushing NRM manifesto, more especially on poverty eradication.
I was one of the first cadres of the National Resistance Movement to advance the ideology of the movement in the constituency.
I'm happy
because I've been nominated and opposed for Kwania North to hold the flag for NRM.
I have been nominated. I thank the NRM government.
Today marks the second day of the NRM party nominations for members of parliament and chairman LC5 and also mayoral positions. Jane Nyuramitsha reporting for UBC.
The National Resistance Movement has entered the second day of flag bearer nominations for the positions of Member of Parliament and District Chairpersonships. Prominent among them has been Engineer Hilary Onek of Palabek County in Lamo District and Princess Passes Namuganza of Bukono County in Namutumba District.
They seek to address and get rid of this day pledge as they consolidate on their achievements.
We are going to ensure that we deliver those services which are still heavy, say electricity, clean water, poverty eradication, and many more.
To transform our country, there's a lot to do. We are slowly moving into money economy, and that is very crucial.
As they seek re-election, first with the NRM party flag, both Onek and Namganza are promising nothing less than improved service delivery and welfare.
So I really want to ask you to be with us, stand with us as NRM party, give us more trust, vote for me back to Parliament, and also vote back for my chairman, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda.
For over 20 years, people were in IDP camps. Now they are trying to pick up their lives, and therefore they need leadership that can enable them to continue.
As the exercise progresses, more aspiring leaders have been nominated.
We want to lobby for the Youth Lead project so that it becomes like other municipalities.
I will focus on 5 strategic areas: consolidating peace, security, and stability by ensuring that all my 6 sub-counties have police stations.
People of Orungo should actually expect effective service delivery from Teddy. I am ready to improve on the infrastructure of Orungo, talk about the roads, talk about the health care.
All they promise is more than they have delivered before.
Our strength and emphasis and focus in as far as service delivery is concerned is the people in the human resource capital development.
Poverty eradication.
For now, the NRM party flag nomination exercise continues until June 30th, 2025. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Uganda People's Congress President Jimmy Akena has held Parliament of Uganda accountable for drowning Uganda into a crisis. He says if it wasn't for Parliament to make complete decisions, the country would be way better economically. All this follows the president's address where the president said that the country is at 55% economic growth.
Important institution which over the period of time has played a key role in many of the milestones Uganda has gone through. But when Parliament is held hostage, who is going to speak for Parliament? Who is going to expose what is going on in Parliament, and who is going to give the public the honest truth of where we're supposed to be? I felt that the President was very liberal with some of his statistics and facts. Example, he was saying that the economy or the taxes had increased, I think 55%. The economy had grown by 15 times from what it was in 1986. I am here to put on record that those statistics are not true. In Uganda, that is not true. On record, the first budget speech of NRM, they went for a fixed economy and they fixed the exchange rate at 1,400 shillings to the dollar. In 1987, they removed 2 zeros, so it became 14 shillings to the dollar. Today, in 2026, it is now 3,600, 3,700 shillings to the dollar. If you
The National Unity Platform's Electoral Management Committee continues to receive nomination papers and expressions of interest from party members seeking to contest in the upcoming elections under the NUP ticket.
At the party headquarters in Makerere Kavule, a growing number of aspirants are vying for the NUP flag, leading to a heated internal contest for the party ticket. Among those who submitted their nomination papers is the leader of opposition and Nakawa West MP, Honorable Joel Senyonyi, who confirmed his interest in retaining his parliamentary seat and stating that there is still much to be done.
Madam Chair and the members of the Election Management Committee, my name is Joel Senyonyi. I represent the people of Nakawa West in Parliament and a few other responsibilities that I have in the party and at Parliament. That's why I'm here. I've carried all the relevant documents that I will be submitting to you. I thank you.
Yes, please go ahead and submit to the chair.
Now, commissioners, my name is Alex Waisam Fumbiro. I am here to express interest and return forms of the National Unity Platform to vie for the position of Member of Parliament of Nakawa East constituency. I look forward to serving the people under the umbrella of the National Unity Platform, and I'm here to comply and align myself with the rules of engagement of delivering the necessary documents that will uphold my candidature and hold the flag like many others. I so salute.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Brought to you by
UBC News Tonight. Now, the Chief Executive Officer, Uganda Federation of Malgomgos Community Credit Cooperatives, Andrew Chepa, has hailed the Korean model as a game changer in tackling youth financial inclusion in Uganda. He affirmed that the Federation is creating inclusive platforms that empower young people.
The Uganda Federation of Malgomgo Community Credit Cooperatives has intensified efforts to empower youth across the country, with impactful training programs now taking root in eastern, northern and central regions. In northern Uganda, Gulu, Oyam and Lira districts played host to one of these transformative trainings under the Malgomgo model, a community-driven approach providing practical solutions.
With support from the Ministry of Interior and Safety, Korea, organized financial literacy trainings. These trainings, one, are aimed at providing them with the necessary skills to be able to save, to be able to invest, that when they borrow money from their cooperatives, they are able to pay back.
Deborah Chwanuka, a globally certified financial literacy expert accredited by the Central Bank, urges youth to set clear financial goals and adopt sustainable practices that empower their communities, emphasizing that community investment, cooperation and the formation of Malgomgos provide locally driven financial solutions.
To the youth, number one is to know that the solution to their financial challenges is within them. They have a critical mass. If they are able to mobilize themselves and work together, they can be able to build formidable financial institutions that can address their problem.
The participants described the initiative as the best local learning tool to manage finances, start businesses, and contribute to northern Uganda youth economic growth.
We agree 100% that the Ministry of the Interior, Safety, South Korea should actually bring more of such trainings so that it inspires with the youth.
I've heard that the more you save, the more thing or wealthy you will become in the future.
After saving, you plan for that money. After planning for the money, then you spend.
If we want to spend any money, it should be spent well. Any little money you get, you should put it in saving.
Alongside the financial literacy training is collaboration with the Korean Agribusiness Innovation Center, which is gaining capacity in agribusiness value chains, an essential step boosting agricultural youth enterprise.
From this semi-agricultural model, just we can promote our potential from the village level. We can share our experience of semi-agricultural, and we can develop and improve together.
So far, over 600 youth have received comprehensive training in financial literacy, governance and agribusiness, arming them with the tools they need to thrive in today's economy. Sudat Kaye and Robert Boita, UBC News.
We now take you to our weekly segment, Buza Commissioner, where the Commissioner General of the URA explains different answers to questions that come in through to be answered from different taxpayers. Let's have it.
Buza Commissioner.
I am called Apai Fiona. A lot of people know me as Diena Kakua because I am proud of where I come from. I am a journalist who has ventured into business and farming. I own a boutique in Arua town, and also I direct Nyolani Investments Limited. First of all, what is the formula? I mean the formula for assessing small-scale businesses for domestic taxes.
Welcome to this week's session, and the question we have today is from Ms. Apea Fiona, who is a journalist and a business lady from Arua City. Presumptive tax for small scale businesses. For small scale businesses. So presumptive tax for small scale business are mainly in 4 different bands. Let me call them bands. The first band is for the businesses that are completely exempt of tax. And the law says for any business whose turnover, but for purposes of saving time, I'll use T/O for turnover, is less than 10 million Uganda shillings. This is annual turnover. That means the sales total for the whole year. If they are less than 10 million, this business pays nil. In other words, it is tax exempt. So if you have your small mudala somewhere selling your small items like bananas, tomatoes, small things that on a daily you sell less than, you have a turnover of less than 30,000. The government of Uganda has completely exempted you of tax. You do not have to pay a shilling of income tax. But supposing the business is slightly bigger, but still in the small scale band, which most likely is what our sister Fiona is asking about. If the business has a turnover greater than 10 million, but less than 30 million, what tax does it pay? So we are going to say turnover greater than 10 million, but less than 30 million, okay? What tax does such a business pay? The law says this business will pay a tax of 0.4% of its turnover, but the turnover of this business, the first part of the turnover, 10 million, is tax exempt. So it will be whatever the turnover of this business is, less the 10 million which is exempt. Okay? 4% of the turnover of the business, which is over and above the 10 million which is tax exempt, is what you will pay as your presumptive tax once every year. If these 3 zeros go together, what will the outcome be? 40,000 Uganda shillings. That is the tax payable by a business whose turnover is 20 million. So any business that has sales of about 50,000 or less in a day will be paying income tax or presumptive tax of just 40,000 Uganda shillings. That is if the business keeps record. But there are some businesses that may not be keeping records.
Buza Kamiso now. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
And Buza Commissioner bring us to the end of News Tonight. Thanking you so much for watching from wherever you are. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni and the whole team, because we have Behind the Headlines tonight at 10 p.m. As Newsroom, we close it here and wish you the best of the night. Enjoy our next programs. Bye-bye.
A+ Funeral Management, on behalf of the family of the late Obol Ochola James of Panyinga, Pataka Clan, Padibe East, Lamo District, with deep sorrow announces the death of their beloved son, brother, uncle, husband, and father, Engineer Charles Oriem Ochola, which occurred on Sunday 15th of June 2025 at Nakasero Hospital. There will be a funeral service at St. John's Church of Uganda, Kirinya, on Thursday, 19th June 2025, starting at 2 p.m., followed by vigil at his residence in Kirinya, Namataba. Burial will take place at their home in Kamama East, Padibe East, Lamo District on Saturday 21st of June. On Saturday 21st of June 2025 starting at 10 a.m. Informed our Padibe community of Kampala, Gulu, Kitgum and UK, management and staff of Deposit Protection Fund, former workmates, family members, relatives, friends and in-laws. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vaxa, the ultimate protector against malaria. For years, malaria has been one of the biggest threats to children under 5, making them weak and even putting their lives at risk. But now, the government is introducing a new solution, the malaria vaccine. The malaria vaccine is now in the routine immunization schedule. The malaria vaccine is administered in 4 doses at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and 18 months. This vaccine will provide extra protection against severe malaria. And don't forget, routine immunization protects children from many deadly diseases. Every vaccine matters. Visit the nearest health facility for routine immunization services today. Mr. Vaxa, the malaria vaccine is free, safe, and ready to protect our children. Will you join the fight and complete all 4 doses? For more information, call the Ministry of Health on 0800-100-066. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
All eyes on Abidjan for the 16th General Assembly of the African Union of Broadcasting AUB. At the heart of the discussions, Africa's leading voices in broadcasting and media. Theme: empowering African media, strategies for financial resilience, technological growth and content innovation. Abidjan will also host the Grand Night of the AUB Media Awards 2025. Let yourself be captivated by Côte d'Ivoire, the legendary stadiums, the golden beaches of Assigna, the majestic Basilica of Yamoussoukro, and of course, the unforgettable taste of achaka with grilled fish and the irresistible Kajeno chicken. Where media meets a vibrant Africa. See you soon in Côte d'Ivoire.
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hi, Mango Senior School. We are here to reward one of our winners that paid school fees with Momo, and they got themselves school fees for a whole year.
The winner is my little sister. We loaded the money on my line. We did a payment. So basically, that's the story behind as to why it's me and then mom. It's such a relief for any parent, because you imagine sitting at the back and knowing the child is going to do school for a full year. You're not worried about anything whatsoever. So I'm excited. Thank you, MTN.
This is continuous, so please, I call upon everyone to continue paying school fees with Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash and pay school fees with Momo and stand a chance to win school fees for a whole year.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
From the day your child is born, you want to protect them. You want to protect them from the harm you know and the things your eyes can see. Protect them from falls when they are playing and as they are learning the world. But what protects them from the things your eyes can't see? Diseases attacking their bodies. Immunization from as early as birth, 6 weeks, 10, 14 weeks, to 9 and 18 months. And malaria starting at 6, 7, 8 to 18 months. Protects children from diseases, giving them the foundation they need to grow stronger and healthier.
Parents and caregivers, remember to immunize your children 9 times from birth to 18 months to protect them against vaccine-preventable diseases such as measles, rubella, polio, pneumonia, hepatitis B, tuberculosis, tetanus, meningitis, yellow fever, diarrhea, whooping cough, diphtheria, and malaria. All vaccines used for immunization are safe, effective, and free. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and partners.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
I got to learn about the Powerball through the website www.nationallottery.go.ug. Played Powerball tickets worth 5,000, used an option of quick pick, and that's how I was able to be the lucky one to win 35 million. I checked my tickets online and I found out that I had winning numbers. The feeling was incredible and full of excitement. I would advise everyone who is 18 and above that whatever you're seeing here exemplifies reality. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Uganda National Lottery for bringing us this opportunity to win millions.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Shop and pay with your FlexiPay. Cashback, instant. It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion.
It's a FlexiPay cashback explosion. Simply shop and pay with your FlexiPay at activating outlets and enjoy instant cashbacks. Terms and conditions apply. Stanbic Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda, and customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund up to 10 million Uganda shillings.
Use orders on your wallet. Bobby, again! What's this drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders. No! Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Honorable Robin Nabanja, invites the general public to her Thanksgiving ceremony to honor God for the gift of life and leadership. At the same event, we shall thank His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for his visionary leadership and mentorship. This function will take place on 21st June 2025 at Mpasana Town Council Playground, Kakumiro District, starting with Mass at 10 a.m. The chief guest will be His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Your presence will be greatly appreciated.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Welcome to Super Soul Sisters. My name is Jamila Oluka and you're watching us here live on UBC TV Inspiring Uganda. It is such a beautiful day yet again to be here to see and to listen to ladies' stories. And when we talk about Super Soul Sisters, we mean the sisterhood. And when we are here with our sisters, you'll find that we discuss issues. We've had so many people in this show that have shared their stories, they have inspired, the people have learned something out of it, and others do not even want to repeat what happened to other people. So it's such a good thing to have people come to this show to share their issues. I am again bringing you one of the super ladies, Super Soul Sisters, all the way from Nachifuma, and she's the head teacher of Vision of Africa, Nachifuma. In the show today, I am here with Madame Edith Ntege, and she's here looking very nice. You know, one thing I know about teachers, they are always smart. They are always smart. So, Madam Edith, you're most welcome to Super Soul Sisters.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have you looking lovely.
Thank you.
Yes. So, from this looking lovely, I want to ask you, Madam Edith, where were you born and which schools did you go to?
Thank you so much. I want to thank you, BC, for hosting me, for thinking about a lady like me. I am Edith Nambasa Ntege, married to Mr. Ntege, a teacher by profession, a mother of 4 children, 1 beautiful girl and 3 handsome boys. I was born in Bweyogerere. Bweyogerere is now Chira Municipality, Wakiso District. Although we shifted to Chiwanga, somewhere there near Seta, along Ginger Road. That's where I was born. My father lives there, and my mother now lives in Kachiri after Wakiso. Yeah, those are my parents.
So, Madam Edith, for you, a city girl, born in the city?
I would say.
So, which schools did you go to in your primary? Or you first went to nursery?
I went to nursery for 1 year in Bweyogerere there. And after 1 year, I think they realized I was bright enough to join P1. P1, I went to Kamuli Primary School. Kamuli is found near Naria, between Chireka and Naria.
Oh, this Kamuli, as you, the one which goes to join Agenda, the other side. Ah, okay.
Between Chireka and Naria, there is Kamuli Primary School. Now it's a UPE school. Those days, I think it was a school like any other. And I was there for the 7 years. I used to move from Bweyogerere. After Bweyogerere town, as you move towards Namave, there is a Total petrol station now. The other side is Shell, around there. That's where I used to move from to go to Kamuli Primary School every day.
So how was the experience?
Being a young child, it was a normal one. Walking in the first few years, we would walk barefooted. A few days when the shoes are torn, you walk barefooted until my father would get money for shoes. And they would enjoy life for sure. Because from there, we used to go to Chira playground for games, walking. And from Chira, you walk back to Bweyogerere after the games. being that time of the 1980s, no borders,
No.
it was normal. At this time, I can't do that, but then it was very normal.
It was, and also there was a community upbringing of children. People used to take care of children, unlike today. So after Kamuli Primary, where did you go to for your secondary?
After Kamuli Primary, there was some few challenges there as I joined secondary. I put my first choice in St. Mary's Namagunga. I didn't get the 4 and 5, which they wanted. I got 7 aggregates. So they didn't take me. My father struggled to get me a secondary school. We moved to so many schools.
And those days it was admission.
Yes.
Nothing like you go back doors or something.
Even the schools were a bit few, so it wasn't easy. So I got a school in Western Uganda, and I was there for senior 1, and later on, I was changed from there, and I was taken to Uganda Matters Namgongo. That's where I completed my O-level from.
Wow, you are the first cream of Namugongo.
Dr. Miyingo.
Nowadays we fear Namugongo.
Those days, Dr. Mingo had just joined and was trying to rehabilitate the school, put it back in shape. We are the people who did that.
Wow.
And we were lucky to be there when he was there.
And you set the pace, because Namugongo is one of the good schools we have in Uganda, actually.
Very good one.
So afterwards, where did you go for your secondary?
After
I mean for A-level.
A-level, I went to the mighty Micheal College School. Yeah. I was there for S5 and S6.
And then I want to know, because, you know, being a head teacher, it starts when you're young. When you're in primary and secondary, did you ever hold any leadership role, like a class montress or something?
I think I would start from my home before going to school.
Yes.
I happen to be a firstborn in my family. And I do the firstborn role.
Yes.
And when I was in school, I was only a class monitor, especially in O-level. O-level is where I was a class monitor. In A-level, I was in charge of just a group in the literature class. Yeah.
So then at home, now that you've talked to the firstborn, I have hosted firstborns here. Dr. Ziwa Margaret is also a firstborn, and she says coming as a firstborn, you come out with a lot of responsibilities.
Exactly.
So, besides at school, what were you doing at home? You know, because there is working, and then you are a firstborn. Take us through what the life was like.
I grew up in a family with a very tough father. A very tough father, and that shaped my discipline for sure. He's still alive, and I thank him so much for that. Perhaps if he wasn't, I wouldn't be what I am. But a firstborn in a family is a firstborn for life. Even now, I am a firstborn. People
so it is a permanent role.
Exactly, we're firstborn for life. So while at home, I was a firstborn who was also responsible, and God blessed me with wisdom.
Yes.
I was performing very well in class. I think that is my firstborn work. People can believe in you when you are also performing well.
Yes.
But if you're a firstborn who is a failure, then it really stresses.
So now, after Micheal College, where did you go to for your university?
I went to Micheal University and did Bachelor of Arts with Education. And my teaching subjects are economics and history. After some years, of course, I first worked, got married with some children. Then I enrolled for masters at Uganda-Russia University and did clinical counseling psychology.
Yes.
So I'm both a teacher
and a clinical psychologist.
Yes, a counseling psychologist.
And then you are the firstborn.
Yes.
All those three things.
Yes.
That's why I told that you were a serious super soul sister, because, you know, having all those things come together. But let me first ask you, was education your first choice ever when you're growing up?
Very good question. It wasn't, to speak the truth. My first choice was social work and social administration. I loved, my dream was to work with an NGO, work with needed people, assist the needed people, move here and there, assisting them. That's what I wanted when I was in high school. I put education as second choice. So the government gave me education and not social work. But I really thank God that I'm now doing social work. Finally, I'm doing social work because I work with an NGO. The school which I head is owned by an NGO, and we help needy children. I'm doing a lot of social work there, much as I'm a teacher.
Wow.
So I am at home.
So don't you see how God, sometimes we say, I want to be this, I want to be this, and then later on,
a different path can still take you.
It is very funny. For me, I did a degree in drama. I wanted drama, but my first choice was either journalism or law. And I grew up knowing that I'm going to either do journalism or law. But then along the way, because I had this drama thing in me,